Okay, here I am today with Julie Cisco, and she's come to Seldovia to give us a little rundown on what's happening with the school shop. So Julie, you can take it away and let Seldovia know what's happening.
Okay, I am the Director of Planning and Operations for the school district, and I greatly appreciate being able to be over here today, although it's raining. This was an update from the Borough Capital Projects Department and my office on where we are with the school shop after the fire on November 24th, because I don't believe anybody in the community has been in the building or had a chance to see. So we had some pictures of immediately post-fire, and then we had some pictures here from last week, which kind of shows some of the subsequent water damage, which was to be expected. We've had a structural engineer in the building. It's now stabilized. We did have one roof truss that was compromised. The building remains closed because we are working on a plan for salvage, removing all of the fire debris, cleaning up the equipment that's in there and moving it out. Once that's done, we will put out a scope of repairs for the renovation of the building, and that is going to have to include sprinkler system and bringing the building up to fire code and ADA requirements. So it's going to be a lengthy process. We're hoping to get the debris removal done over the winter, and that will let us get construction started as soon as the weather gets nice. We do not have a definite timeline for repairs yet.
Okay. Now, one of the questions was, besides some structural damage, there was some asbestos and things like that. So that's kind of complicated things a little bit and pushed your timeline out. Is that right?
The building was built in the 1950s, and asbestos was a very common building material. We are pretty aware of all of the asbestos that is in the building, and that's going to be a huge part of the fire debris removal and then the subsequent repairs and renovation to the building. So it adds another layer of time, it adds another layer of complication in terms of who can do that work. Just slows things down, but we have to do it.
Okay, well, obviously everyone's pretty excited about the fact that there is a plan to renovate and clean up the building and do any upgrades that need to be done, as opposed to not having our shop building, because that's pretty much a big community structure for not just our school children, but for the whole community. So we're really happy to hear that that's in progress, and you're working tightly with the city also, and as far as maintaining and keeping all the equipment while you're going through the construction phase. Is that right?
Yes, the city has graciously offered us warehouse space and the use of forklifts and big equipment to move out the equipment, the shop equipment. Once we get it cleaned up, then it will be shrink wrapped and palletized to protect it and stored. We were asked today at the community meeting if there were some options to have some of that equipment put into use in the interim elsewhere, and again, the city has offered to take a look at some of their space and see if, for example, the pottery wheels can get set back up so that those classes, in the absence of the main building use, could still continue. And that's great. We'll do anything we can to work with the city on that.
Fabulous. Now, Julie, if anyone has any questions or comments, I know you mentioned that you're planning to come back and maybe do some follow-up meetings and reaching out to the community about how this proceeds forward. Is there someone they should contact, or should they contact you directly if they have questions, or Alan Haskins, our principal? What's the best route to take?
I would start with Alan.
Okay.
And he's local here and he knows, but we came away today, the borough representatives and I both came away with very strong feeling from the community that you want to be involved and kept updated. So we need to do that, and we will do that.
Perfect. Well, thank you again for coming. We really appreciate it, and we're very excited to see this repair. Though it's sad to see it happen, we're glad there wasn't more damage.
We were very happy to be able to report that while the fire damage is ugly and messy, the building itself is structurally sound.
Fabulous.
That was a huge step.
That's very big. All right. Thank you, Julie.
Thank you.